time to do our morning show.
I wonder how this will go.
Come and watch two guys grow old. These are the days.
If we get a YouTube feed,
We'll just stream on D-Live then. Mr. We
We
could use a man like Donald Trump
again.
again. I live in a redneck state.
everybody here's irate.
Man, this intro sure sounds great.
These are the days.
Monday morning, November 8th. Boomer Bunker coming to you from the LGBFJB studios. I'm Boomer Bob, and that's Johnny J. Happy to have you with us today.
Hey, I'm all excited. What do you think of our new background?
I just saw it, so I was like reading stuff while just now. Give me a second to take it all in, John.
You like this? I'm excited about it.
I mean, we kind of have hit a brick wall, so.
You okay. Well, Doug from Who's Right sent me this Saturday night, and I was like, "Hey, man, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's better than anything I can do." I'll tell you something. Yeah, Doug is very, very talented. I mean, he looks like he would be in a biker gang. You know, if you saw him walking towards you, you'd cross the street to get away from him. But he's a really, really nice guy, and he's very talented. He's multi-talented, and I really, really appreciate this. I mean, it really looks good. Thank you,
Pretty
Doug.
cool. I dig it.
I dig it also. So what's going on? I get a message last night. Hey, I hope you don't have anything to do. I want to do a 3-hour show. A 3-hour show.
Not a happy man, John.
I heard that you're not happy. So, Bob, what's sticking in your craw, Dad?
Nothing. I'm good.
Oh my God. This is what you do. You're like, I'm good now. I'm ready to go. I'm like, okay, Bob, what's going on? And I'm waiting. And you go, nothing. I'm good.
What's not, John? Honestly, what is not pissing you off right now?
Oh, I understand. I'm upset about everybody dogpiling Aaron Rodgers. It was funny.
You mean throw Rogan?
Throw Rogan. And you know, before we get ready to go, Eric Zane, who does his show now on Twitch, that clueless boomer, he's over there right now talking about this, and I just want to call in and just tell him what a moron he is over this whole thing. Everybody is just jumped on this poor guy, and all he did was get sick. He caught a virus that millions of people on Earth catch, and because he didn't do what everybody says he should do, he actually went outside the box, talked to doctors, got a plan of handling this. Then all of a sudden, he's the scourge of the earth. They can all go fuck themselves. As far as I'm concerned.
The way these assholes are acting, I'm surprised that they're not hanging out in the health and beauty aids aisle. You know, whenever anybody comes down and is like, what do I want? I've got heartburn. You looking for a heartburn medication? Here's what you should take. Take it now because I said you should take that. Now get the fuck out of here.
So, okay, Bob, I'm just going to say you and I, okay? I'm just going to make this up. All right. So you and I find out, I don't know, a month or so ago, you catch COVID, you talk to a doctor, you felt like shit. You talked to a doctor, he gave you a treatment on what to take and what to do. In 3 days, you were better. All right. Now, I get COVID, right? I start to feel like shit. I'm like, holy cow, I better call Bob and find out what his doctor said. You know, who his doctor is.
I mean, me and you rap about, about things. And yeah, you want to know, you knew that I've already been through what you're about to go through. You want to know what worked for me.
Yeah. And the doctor gave you something that made you well. All right. And then what you did was you called either his doctor or another doctor, whatever, and you got the same treatment. And then boom, you felt so much better. All right. Everybody does that. Everybody does that. And here's the thing. I'm going to say this right now. You're all being lied to, you bunch of sheep. Here's the thing. Get the fucking kitchen sink, whatever the fuck Throw Rogan's did. Find out what that is and start giving it to everybody that gets COVID as soon as they get COVID. And this fucking thing will be over. It'll be over. There's a treatment for this. It's called the kitchen sink. And the doctor that Throw Rogan has, they should make a statue to Joe Rogan. I'm serious. And all you people that are sitting there and if you're pissed off at Aaron Rodgers right now, you're the problem. You're the fucking problem. I'm not mad, Bob. I'm sorry. Bob needs somebody call 911. Bob's been that's the international hand signal for I need help.
Okay. I'm trying to get to this article here, but I can't.
All that ranting, you still couldn't get to the article? You mean me to rant more?
Dude, look, man, I haven't had a smoke. Like I'm trying to quit all that stuff. So,
oh my God. Buckle in, everyone.
Yeah, I feel sorry for my wife because I'm like probably like less than 24 hours away from, hey, do you have to walk so loud in your socks? Jesus Christ.
Last time Bob tried to quit smoking and did the show, 45 minutes into the show, he left the show and went to
buy a pack.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, well.
I'm glad you let me know, so at least I know what I'm in for.
Heads up.
Go.
You may be doing the
what is it again? It's this.
That's just open hand and then you're gonna jerk off with it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Well, so you were talking about, kitchen sink. Why don't they just call the pill that? Because we have a new pill coming from
Pfizer, is it?
Brought to you by Pfizer.
So yeah, we have a new one coming from them, and which I think when I first saw that, I was like, oh well, that explains why about 2 weeks ago I saw some negative press on the Merck version of the pill, which is going to be outrageously expensive, by the way.
Of course, $700 a pill.
Well, here, if you give me just a second, I'll it's so cute how they do this. I love NBC. We're probably going to get popped for this, but I don't care.
Who gives a fuck with we're not making any money anyhow.
So look at the logo on the screen. This is this is the article. Pfizer's COVID-19 antiviral pill may cut severe illness by 89%.
Great.
I mean, is
because your vaccine doesn't do dick.
So this is a therapeutic, right? Hopefully it works well with their vaccine or any of the other vaccines because
Bob, if this works, we don't need a vaccine anymore. We have a treatment.
Oh, you shut your mouth, son.
I will not. I will not. I am done with this misinformation from the press. If we have
the press are the only information.
If we have a treatment for the disease, we don't need a vaccine. We only need a vaccine if we have no treatment. Like polio and measles and mumps and shit.
There it is.
Symptoms reduce the risk.
There we go. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Now it won't go back.
Says its new antiviral COVID pill, taken within 3 days of symptoms, reduced the risk of hospitalization or death by 89% in high-risk adults compared to a placebo. The company plans to apply for emergency use authorization as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Britain has become the first country to approve another COVID antiviral pill developed by Merck. The FDA will consider that later this month. It all comes as the Biden administration is launching a sweeping COVID vaccine mandate affecting 84 million people, 2/3 of the U.S. workforce. It requires
this was Friday before it got stomped into the dirt like a narc at a biker rally.
January 4th.
All righty. So that's enough of that bullshit. But yeah, so there's a therapeutic coming out. It's going to be probably unanimously given emergency use authorization, whatever. No trials needed. Don't worry about it. Who cares if it makes you grow an eggplant out of your ear?
Right. You can grow a horn out of the center of your head, and look, you're a unicorn. It's fine.
So, yeah, I mean, and you know,
Would you
I
take
don't
a
even know where to go with this. I mean, I'm just so much rage.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know that the FDA has to approve all this shit and all, but if we watch TV, and how many times have we've watched TV, a commercial comes on and it says, "Hey, if you have taken this, or you have been, if you've taken this pill or whatever, and you've had this issue, you are entitled to compensation." Every one of those drugs that the lawyers are suing for have been approved by the FDA.
Okay.
So it's not, even if you have it approved
Do
by
I
the
have to go
FDA.
here?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. You have to. Can I buy a noun, please? Yeah, does it private immunity? Yeah, only for the manufacturer. Absolutely. That's what this. We are so scared of this virus, and rightfully so. If you're fat and old, this is terrifying, and I'm both. So yes, I'm terrified of this disease, but it doesn't mean that the rest of the people, the ones that are getting it. All right. So a member of my family tested positive for COVID. She got a bag of the antibodies. She's feeling better. Her husband's got it. He's feels bad, but hasn't had any problems breathing or anything like that. My 1-year-old grandbaby got it. She's okay. My 11-year-old grandson got it. He doesn't even have any symptoms. He's what do they call that when you don't have any symptoms? He's
Asymptomatic.
Asymptomatic. Thank you. He's asymptomatic. So, I mean, there's a whole family. They're going to have natural immunity. And they say that, the study in Israel says it's 6 to 13 times better. Over here, they're like, no, you still got to get the shot.
So check this out. Alyssa Milano, progressive leftist idiot, on Twitter, she decided to do her own Twitter poll with 78,822 votes at the time that this particular screenshot was captured. Will you be vaccinating your 5 to 11 children? Now, I don't have 5 to 11 children. I don't know if I only had one.
I have 5.
But I think she means 5 to 11-year-old.
Yes.
Yeah. So right away was 7%. When it's mandated was 2%, and never was 91%.
Yeah. Because people, again, parents will take the shot before they'll give their kids something that they're not sure is safe. That's what parents do. They protect their children. And 91% of the people are like, hey, you know what? Kids are getting this. They're not dying from it.
Yeah,
they're not.
I don't know, because I heard over the weekend of an event where there was no children protected at all because a 14-year-old died, a 16-year-old died, a 21, 23, and 27-year-old died.
Well, did they have any other outlying issues?
Yeah, they liked Travis Scott and went to his concert.
Okay. So did they die of COVID? I thought they died of
No, they died of a satanic ritual performed live in front of everybody.
Is that what he does? I don't know anything about Travis Scott except he's banging Jenner, part of the Kardashian family.
And then he paid some programmers a while back into 2009 to boost his numbers on like Spotify, like fake bot, downloads, so that he could basically sell himself to, record labels and stuff.
I guess
he did do.
It was before COVID. It had to be before COVID. My daughter went to see Travis Scott here in Philadelphia, and I took her over there and picked her up. And it was, I remember seeing all the shit that's outside. They have, it's almost like they got a carnival outside for that. She said she enjoyed the show. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Here, there's sorry, this is going to take a minute. This is like an overhead. I'm going to turn the audio down because I don't care.
Okay.
So I don't know why people can't just hold their shit right. That's the stage right there.
Okay. It's outside.
It's an inverted cross going into a portal.
Okay.
This is what's being said. So don't say that I'm the one claiming this. This is what's being said.
I'm just asking because I don't know anything. I'm not
I'm letting you know.
I know.
Yeah, mainly the audience, because you know I don't give a shit about anything. But I'm just reporting the boomer facts here, okay? As I see them. So this is
you've never seen a
it's an
stage
embroidered cross.
Yeah, but you've never seen a stage like that looks like that, where it's a stage that juts out and it has a horizontal thing that where the band can go down. And
I've seen Slayer and DSI, not necessarily at the same concert, but I've seen both of those two bands who were notoriously into the devil back when I was much younger, and their stage didn't look anything like this. They were more about the music than they were the theatrics.
The music.
They actually had talent. They didn't need all the lights to go, oh, look at the lights, to take away from the olfactory of how much they're not talented, how much auto-tune they need when they sing. All right. So that's that. Now, let me share this other video. I've already got it up. So I just got to pop it in.
So let me ask you this. Would you say
video?
Hang on a second. Let me say something to you. Would you say that Lady Gaga is talented?
I have seen her like her documentary, whatever that's on Netflix, I think it is. And I've seen her like behind the scenes, writing songs and stuff. She's got some skills. I mean, she is talented. But
she also puts on a really, a crazy show where she's changing costumes and she's flying in the air. And again, I don't know how you feel about Carrie Underwood. I think she's a very good singer, raw singer. I don't know what you think, but she kind of does that. So, I mean, just saying that you want to put on a good show to be entertaining and maybe be a little extra. I don't know it can be used to cover up a lack of talent musical wise. Like I would imagine the Beastie Boys. I never called them talented, but they were entertaining. I'm sorry. Continue.
Well, here's the beginning of his show. Okay.
Right. Here we go. I want to see this.
If you'd like to, anybody who's bored, this is a like a burning dove up above here, above the portal. And anybody who's interested can look up the burning dove and the symbolism behind that.
Burning dove. Oh, I see. That's kind of cool looking. Hey, kid, put your phone down. I can't see the burning dove.
Which one? Everybody has their phone up. Look.
I know, it's so funny. And the one kid,
that's all they know anymore. They watch concerts through their phone.
Well, not only that, but the kid's got it. First, he's got it up, then he's turning it sideways.
Oh, no. Yeah, I see that. All I heard was on a mic somebody go like I don't know what they said, but
I don't know what they're yelling. I don't know if they're yelling.
I thought they were drowning for a second.
Okay.
Let's go. Okay.
I mean,
put the water out first.
Listen, it's obvious that you do not like Travis Scott. All right. You don't think he's a very talented musician. If he's putting on a show and it's very visual, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I'm not saying that Pink Floyd's not talented. I'm not saying that, but I was there for the Wall tour, where they build the wall. And I've been to a lot of other concerts where there's a lot of pyrotechnics and, flying around and stuff like that. It adds to the show. I don't know. But the thing is, what you shouldn't do is crush everybody and kill. How many did they kill? 78?
I don't know. All I know is that they were dying to go to this concert.
Travis Scott concert was a massive satanic ritual sacrifice. The stage was set up in the shape of an upside-down cross. There were 8 pillars of fire that kept blasting throughout the show, and coincidentally, 8 people died on that night. Before Travis came out for the performance, there was a sign on the stage that said, "See ya" on the other side. Like, come on. Then you got this giant eyeball staring everyone down at the show, probably the one receiving the sacrifices. The concert was also the night of Kris Jenner's 66th birthday. Isn't that funny? The entrance resembles the Canaanite god Moloch, who in the Bible is known for taking child sacrifice, and 2 of the victims who died were under the age of 17.
I mean, again, it was a terrible thing that they pushed up against and crushed a bunch of people. A lot of people were hurt. I don't even know if the show stopped. I saw them.
Eventually, yes, it did, but it took. I read somewhere like 5 or 6 songs in, they finally stopped. There were audience members there that were like, "Stop the show!" What? They were like, "That guy over there has been dead for like 5 songs now." You can actually hear them in the phone video, just kind of faint. It's not like in the microphone like that guy's been dead, but it was like,
how do you stop? How do you stop shit like this?
Well, they were chanting "Stop the show." I think I have this video right here. I think this is the one. I have so many damn videos on this. So,
okay.
But I think this is one where they're like, "Stop the show."
Stop the show! Stop the show! Stop the show! Stop the show! Stop the show!
Houston, Texas, make some motherfucking noise real quick, y'all.
Let's make some noise real quick. They're saying "Stop show." Hear that? He said, "Yo, that N-word died like 5 songs ago." Did you hear that?
Who said that? It was from the.
Listen real close.
Okay, bring it back.
Listen real close. It was right around. That was it.
Oh, that's in the crowd.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it. I mean.
So yeah.
All right.
It's insanity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you stop big giant concerts like this? Okay.
Well, there's other information. Real quick. This isn't very long.
8 people are dead following a concert in Houston by Travis Scott. It's suspected that people were injected with drugs against their will. Security guards said they felt pricks in their necks, and medical personnel corroborated that story by what they found on the necks of these security guards.
Jesus Christ.
Travis Scott is among some of the celebrities that openly worship Satan. I heard that this event was called "I'll See You on the Other Side," referencing death, seeing someone in the afterlife. You know that when you worship the devil, you are welcoming in the very person who the Bible says comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So it shouldn't be strange to us when we hear about an event where Satan is worshipped by the person leading the event, where there's something stolen, killed, or destroyed. My friends, do not mix with this type of person, this type of event.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yeah, only like polka.
All right, let me ask you this. Is it illegal in this country to worship the devil?
Well, apparently not, because I don't know if I over the weekend, I figured out whose hand is up Biden's ass.
Okay, well, hang on. I'm going somewhere with this. The thing is, it is not illegal in this country to worship the devil. You can worship the devil openly if you want. You can. It's part of a freedom of religion. You can worship the devil. I mean, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with devil worship. But what I'm saying, it's legal. So just because you don't like it doesn't mean that they got to stop it. Now, you don't have to promote it either. I mean, I think what happens is someone hears a Travis Scott song and they like the song and they start listening to it and they become a fan of his music and stuff like that. And they go to his concert. They don't think about devil worship and see you on the other side and 8 flames and the eye and all this other shit that they're talking about. They don't think about any of that. They're just thinking about music. These are kids. I mean, you might say that this is a way of recruiting. I'll give you that. But then again, that's not illegal either. I don't know where you want to go with this, but go ahead.
Oh, you're telling me that I've turned into my mother.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know your mother, so I don't know what she would do. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that say, it reminds me of the Saturday Night Live skit where he says, the church lady, Satan.
Well, that's where we're going. I was going to say that I figured out over the weekend whose hand is up Biden's ass.
Okay.
My name is Satan. Hi, everybody. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. My turn-ons are romantic walks and killing the unborn. I'm Satan. Woo-hoo. 666.
Okay.
That's whose hand is up his ass.
Satan. I don't even know if I would disagree with that. Well, as a country, we were built in the very beginning on freedom of religion. A lot of people left countries that they were in because the government would not allow you to practice religion. Now, in this country, we seem to be getting away from religion, and most people are now looking to the government as their religion. They believe in the government. Like the government's going to solve all your problems.
That's worse.
Just like religion, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm bathed in the blood of Jesus Christ, so I'm not going to get COVID. I'm not going to die from COVID." Well, that's stupid. And it's the same thing as the government's here and they're going to save us from COVID. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about you if you die from COVID. They don't care.
Nope.
They don't.
Nope.
Okay, if they cared about you and they cared about you dying from COVID, then all these throw Rogan kitchen sink methods of curing COVID or taking care of COVID or treating COVID is the word I'm looking for. Thank you very much. Would be front and center, but it's not. They're pushing this fucking shot. That's right. Josh Allen says it. They cared about my money. Give me your money, slaves, and go back to work.
Well, what do you expect if you'd have let me look at this meme 10 years ago, I'd have been like, I don't get it. Now, yeah, it totally makes sense. Hello, and welcome to Clown Town, where the dude on the left is an empowering woman and the woman on the right is a white supremacist.
And it's got Rachel Levine, the admiral of whatever that's
4-star admiral.
Yeah, it's a 4-star admiral
of health or something, whatever.
All right, the admiral of health on the good ship Lollipop. And then the other lady is the new lieutenant governor from Virginia. I don't remember her name. And she's holding an AR-15.
AR, yeah.
So
and she's not white.
And she's not, I'm sorry, that's right. And she's black. And they're calling her the white supremacist. Oh, and here's the other thing. I love this. I love Photoshop. So they took that picture of her and they put it on the background of a Confederate flag. I was like, come on, people. Cut me a break.
You got to be kidding me.
So this is why I say the left, the progressive left, Democrats are full of shit. They're not for Black Lives Matter. They don't give a shit about black people unless the black people are on their side and believe in their narrative. If black people are conservative or they have Christian conservative views, then they are white supremacists. And this is why they got their ass kicked in this last election. And this is why, if they don't learn, they're going to get their ass kicked in 2022. So I have a video, if you don't mind me pulling up.
Yes, please pull up whatever video you have.
Thank you. And this is our buddy. Well, I don't know if he's your buddy. James Carville. And he's
my buddy. I like his ice cream.
He's the Raging Cajun.
My favorite.
Lifelong Democrat strategist. And he was on, I guess it's the PBS Power Hour. And he's got it all he's got it all figured out. And the man's right.
November. James Carville, to you, looking at these results, your party, what went wrong?
What went wrong was just stupid wokeness. All right, don't just look at Virginia and New Jersey. Look at Long Island. Look at Buffalo. Look at Minneapolis. Even look at Seattle, Washington. I mean, just defund the police lunacy to take Abraham Lincoln's name off of schools. I mean, that people see that, and it's just really have a suppressive effect all across the country. The Democrats, some of these people need to go to a woke detox center or something. I mean, that they're expressing a language that people just don't use, and there's a backlash and a frustration at that. And you're right, suburbanites in Northern Virginia, suburbanites in Northern New Jersey, pulled away a little bit. Youngkin never ran any ads against Biden. And I think what he did is just let the Democrats pull the pin and watch the grenade go off and on them. And we got to change this and not be about changing dictionaries and change laws. And these faculty lounge people that sit around mulling about, I don't know what, they're not working. Look what happened in Buffalo. Again, Seattle. I think that Republicans may win a city attorney's race in Seattle.
One in Long Island.
Who could even think of something that stupid? And they're suppressing our vote. And I got news for you. You're hurting the party. You're hurting the very people that you want to help. And Terry.
That's it. I mean, could you have heard anything better? I mean, I think he summed it up.
Everybody next to him and anybody under about 40 in the audience or watching the show going, okay, boomer, okay, boomer, okay, boomer.
Well, okay, Zoomer.
Okay,
then
boomer.
Why did you get your ass kicked in the last election? Because you are in your own little woke bubble, and I'll tell you what, the progressives they're having a fucking heart attack over this. I'm going to share my screen again. My favorite girl, AOC. Yeah, you know me.
Mm-mm.
Let me see. The one dangerous aspect of thinking there's a woke problem is the Democrats' chances for re-election or majority in the House, Senate, and White House rely on racial justice issues of voting rights. Dems distracting from the racial justice makes protection of voting rights less likely, ensuring losses. So they're still saying that if you ask for a voter ID, that you're suppressing voter rights. Well, what you're really suppressing is
there's our Trello board. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So what you're really suppressing is the fact that they can't have people come in and vote illegally without an ID. And it happened in New Jersey. And that guy, James O'Keefe from Project Veritas, has a guy going in and said, I'm from Ireland. I don't have I'm not a citizen and all. And they're like, well, we'll give you a ballot and I don't know if it's going to go through or not. They don't give a shit. They'll give anybody a ballot. And they're bringing these people over and they're dropping them in states from the border. They're bringing them up from the border overnight, dropping them in states, and they're leaving them. And not even the state knows that they're coming in. The federal government's just dropping flights in Florida, New Jersey, New York, all over from these people that are coming up through the southern border. They don't have to be vaccinated. Ooh, who do we have here?
Why doesn't Joe Biden take questions? Why hasn't Joe had a cognitive examination? Why did Joe stop the Keystone Pipeline while removing sanctions that allowed Russia to resume theirs? Why did Joe Biden run on defunding the police but later claim while in office that he never did? Why do we leave billions of dollars in cash and equipment in Afghanistan? Why are we negotiating with terrorists? Why are we providing them with humanitarian aid? Isn't the billions of dollars in cash enough? Why do we airlift 130,000 Afghans but only 3% were qualified to be transported here? And why are Americans still trapped there? Why has the government failed to recognize the 13 service members we lost? And why did Nancy Pelosi refuse to allow their names to be read? If many countries around the world charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for citizenship, why are we allowing millions to come into ours for free and unvetted? Why hasn't Joe or Kamala been to the border? Why are we allowing child trafficking and drug smuggling there? Why are migrants being kept in horrific conditions in close quarters during a pandemic? Why are members of our administration consistently seen maskless, but children are still forced to wear them for several hours a day? Why are COVID case numbers higher now than they were before we had a vaccine? Why hasn't the FDA or the CDC shared the effectiveness and success of therapeutics against the virus in other countries with us? If remdesivir has proven to be less than 50% effective, why are we still using it here? If this is really about saving lives, why are we not offering free therapeutics to all Americans? Why is Dr. Fauci still employed by the federal government if his emails prove he funded gain of function that led to this pandemic and lied under oath about it? Why haven't we held China accountable yet? Where is the EO that legitimizes the vaccine mandate? Is the federal government allowed to enforce such a mandate? What changed between now and the time Joe, Nancy, Jen, and Kamala all said the government didn't have this power? Where is the law that enforces fines for companies to enforce it on American workers? Why is this administration specifically not mandating them for illegal immigrants forcing their way into the country? Why are we providing aid to those illegally coming here when so many Americans are living below the poverty line and are in need? Why is Hunter allowed to sell art for large sums of money to buyers he's allowed to interact with after the White House claimed all buyers would be kept anonymous from him? Why did the art gallery Hunter uses receive over $500,000 in COVID relief from the federal government when they only have 2 employees? Or how many other small businesses with 2 employees receive the same? If Joe Biden has historically been so hard on drug offenders, why hasn't Hunter Biden been arrested for using crack? Why did Joe and Hunter still owe hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes? If your campaign concerns were toward taxing the rich and large corporations, why is this administration so focused on such a small number like $600 transactions for all Americans being scrutinized? If a large percentage of Americans have questions in regards to the legitimacy of the 2020 election, and if such a clean election, why not support full forensic audits to prove that it was? Why have so many people in Congress, including Kamala Harris, questioned the integrity of using these voting machines and mail-in ballots, but those concerns have suddenly disappeared? There are so many questions we have after only 9 months, but somehow this administration doesn't think they have to answer to those that supposedly elected them, which leads to my final question of the video. Joe, why are you working so hard to destroy America? We the people deserve better, and we deserve answers. Thanks for listening, and God bless.
Jesus Christ, can that woman jaw? I
Now,
mean, I agree with everything
that
she
was a
said.
lot of information. But
Right.
keep in mind, that's 10 months this motherfucker's been in office.
Right. Listen, I'm all for this. And let me get back to the New Jersey election for governor. Now we watched what happened in 2020. Correct. We watched what happened in 2020. So now people are taking their phones in, and the woman's like, I'm trying to vote for the Republican candidate. Look, I'm pressing, it won't go. I can press for Murphy. I can press any other thing. Every other one will light up, but I cannot vote for Jack Citarelli. I cannot.
Did they get video of that?
Oh yeah, the guy in the video.
Oh, wow.
and the lady in the election workers, like, I don't understand this. And people were saying this was happening all the time. The problem is the party that's in power are running the elections, and they know their jobs depend on it. And the fact is that they don't, if you're in power, then they do not, you need a lot of votes before you can overthrow somebody that's an incumbent. And I'm going to go to this other story because it's very close to home for me. It's actually my state senator. His name's Steve Sweeney. And everybody's heard about the guy, Edward Durr, who was a truck driver.
Yep.
And he spent $153 on his campaign, and he beat the state senator, who is the president of the state senator. He's been a state senator for 20 years. And before that, he's been in politics for over 25 years.
That's some boss shit that he did. That's some badass shit.
And here's the thing. All of a sudden, Steve Sweeney's not conceding because guess what? They found a bunch of ballots, Bob. Do you believe this?
Like 12,000, wasn't it?
They found a bunch of ballots, and now they're going to recount the ballots. And here's the other thing in New Jersey. All these people are saying, oh, yeah, Phil Murphy won. They're not done counting the ballots yet. They still have to count the mail-in ballots, and it's not done. And it's close. It's close as shit.
Isn't it convenient that they find a whole bunch of ballots when their guy doesn't necessarily stomp the other guy?
Yeah, all of a sudden, we found a box of ballots somewhere. This is what's got to stop. This mail-in ballot shit has to stop.
And then they always go, well, we're not going to stop until every vote that deserves to be counted is counted.
Every vote that is legal needs to be counted. I agree with that. But how do you change that? And I'm not saying that we can't have some way of having mail-in ballots, but we need to have the ballots in by a certain amount of time. And if those ballots don't get in by a certain amount of time, then you can't count them. And we have to be done with this election night. We cannot have our elections last.
How do you misplace ballots? How do you misplace? I left those in the trunk of my other car that I only drive on Thursdays when I have doctor's appointments. Which,
right?
You know, like what?
I'm telling you, if you make it where
like car keys,
If you make it where people do not trust the elections, they will not go vote. And that is the end of the democracy.
Yeah. Agreed.
I'm telling you right now, this election in 2021 was a direct result and backlash of what's happened from the January 20th until the present date with President Poopy Pants in office and all the policies he's enacted and all the damage he's done in this country in 10 short months.
Yep.
Bob, I'll tell you what, I'm thinking to myself, Bob's really thinking here. He's really going to come up with a real, I can't wait. I'm on bated breath here waiting for what Bob's going to say. All that time. Yep.
Do.
All right. Oh, this guy. See, look at those eyes. Just look at President Biden's eyes. I mean, you can tell they're squinting in there.
I feel like I'm at a Travis Scott concert.
He's not there anymore. There's no reason.
Hi, everybody.
I didn't hear. What was that?
My name is Satan. Hi, everybody.
My name is Satan. Okay, I got you.
You didn't hear that? How do you not hear that?
Well, because I was talking over it. As I do.
The administration is planning to pay illegal immigrants who are separated from their families at the border up to $450,000 each, possibly $1 million per family.
But it's not true.
So this is a garbage report.
Yeah.
Okay. So
$450,000 per person. Is that what you're saying?
That was separated from a family member at the border under the last administration.
That's not going to happen.
The president is perfectly comfortable with the Department of Justice settling with the individuals and families who are currently in litigation with the U.S. government.
The figures of compensation that is being handled by the Department of Justice is in the context of the Federal Tort Claims Act cases.
So go to the other one.
I'm glad you have this because this infuriated me too. You have this latest one?
Well, this is the one where he kind of backpedaled.
Backpedaled?
Well, because he initially was like, as you saw in that video, like the first clip was him going, "What? We're gonna pay?"
Because he didn't know what the fuck was going on, and somebody got a hold of him.
What do you?
Yeah, someone got a hold of him and told him what was going on, and now he's caught in a lie. So now, if he's caught in a lie, what does he do? He lashes out at the people that are asking the questions.
Yeah, lashes out. Finkel and Einhorn.
Where do you stand? You said last week that this report about migrant families at the border getting payments was garbage.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, he did.
You said everybody coming across the border gets $550,000.
There he goes.
So the number was what you had a problem.
The number I was referring to.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing.
Sure.
Here's the
if,
thing.
in fact, because of the outrageous behavior of the last administration, you coming across the border, whether it was illegal
Trump's fault.
and you lost your child, it's gone. You deserve some kind of compensation, no matter what the circumstance.
Oh, really?
I have no idea.
But you're saying DOJ negotiated settlement.
You came here illegally and you lost your child. And now we got to pay for it? Stay the fuck home. Or go somewhere where you're allowed to come and to a border crossing and claim asylum and do it the correct way. You lost your child because you came here illegally. And how many how many families are doing this with Biden? And how many families are sending their kids here with other people? Or how many kids are being kidnapped by other people and brought here to get across the border? This is a shit show down there. And the press, they won't cover this. They won't get near it. And if this was on the other, if Trump did this, it would be 24/7. They'd be following the planes. When the planes stop, the people would be
They blamed Trump. They blamed Trump.
That's Trump. And what's going on right now is it is definitely a crime. It's a crime. I don't care what anybody says. And they're bringing people over here and they're just dropping them off. And
so how many Americans have been lost in when they went to Mexico. You know.
Well, I don't have the story.
Does Mexico owe us some money? If we lost a child or anybody, a loved one going to Mexico, does Mexico owe us some kind of compensation?
Listen, our government loves giving out taxpayer money because it's not theirs.
To everybody but the taxpayers.
Right. And we're funding this shit, and we should stop. We should stop paying taxes. We should just say, hey, listen, you guys are out of fucking control. All right. We're going to give you the money for the budget and all this other shit until we find out where this money's going. We're not giving you a fucking dime. That's what needs to be done.
Hard to stop paying it when they take it before you even get your check.
I get it. But what, I mean, this is just like, it's crazy what's going on here.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. There's a lot of videos coming out now about what's in this $1.2 trillion infrastructure, whatever the fuck bill that ended up getting passed. So,
but that's not the problem. It's not the problem. Okay, the amount of money they're spending is a problem, but that's not the worst of it. The worst of it is the shit that they put in there. And so right now, and I don't know if this went through here, but there's supposed to be a surcharge on every dairy cow, every beef cow, and every pig. Thousands and thousands of dollars. So if you bring a pig to market, you have to pay a certain surcharge, which is going to take and double the price of all the meat. They don't want you eating meat. They don't want you burning fuel.
No, they want you to eat bug and pea protein.
Right. This Green New Deal bullshit has got to stop. It's got to stop. And I'll tell you right now, I think they just stepped on a rake with this one. Because when the American people can't get bacon and can't afford bacon anymore, there's going to be fucking hell to pay. If they cannot afford hamburger or bacon, there's going to be problems. And right now, we're going into the holiday season where people want to buy stuff, and we're going into Thanksgiving, and everybody's going to have to go buy a turkey. And they're saying here in New Jersey right now, you can't get over a 16-pound turkey. And they're not even guaranteeing you can get a 16-pound turkey. Like, people like to have big families. Like they want to have, like, I don't ever remember buying a turkey for our family that was less than 20 pounds. You can't even get them anymore. And this shit's going to, and when people start, they can't get food and stuff like this, that's when all hell's going to break loose. And I've been screaming this from the top of my lungs for a long time here, and nobody seems to be listening. So then when it happens and they're all like, whoa, what's going on? What do you mean what's going on? I've been telling you about this for months now.
Yep. They want to artificially create a food crisis. So did you know that there are starving American children commercials in Germany?
No way.
Have you caught that?
No.
Yes. Yeah, they're asking Germany. It's it's all in in German, but yeah, they got a little girl sitting on like steps, like out in front of like a row house, just sitting there all dirty and tattered, and they're like, this little girl hasn't eaten, and just donate to Americans who can't eat or something like that. It's like, are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
See this child is in America. They don't have enough food for their children.
I see.
17 cents a day, you can feed an American child.
Yeah. Well, I didn't
Are
take
you
it to
kidding
raise.
me?
So.
They should take those commercials and start playing them in the United States, and we would we're asking other countries to feed our children.
I don't think we are. I think it's a case of like a scam or something. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, just 19 Deutschmarks a month,
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I don't know what their currency is. I'm an idiot, but just 20 seagulls.
Hey, Alexa, what is the currency denomination in Germany?
Germany's is an official currency used within is euro.
The euro. I think it's the euro.
The sauerkraut?
Yeah, the sauerkraut euro.
So I saw this guy. And I want to like find him and like just buy him a beer.
Oh,
did you watch this?
No, go ahead. I just love that.
I think this is in San Diego at a board of supervisors meeting. Apparently the public can come in and talk to these assholes. So here we go. I loved this. I seriously, when I jumped up and I clapped.
Jason Robo, ladies, gentlemen, traders. We showed you guys pandemic indoctrination, and it's a premeditated scam, and you voted for it. Shows that you are traitors. It's suppressed on the internet because trying to find the truth in this world is like trying to find a kid at John Wayne Gacy's house. You got to dig for it.
No!
You act like you care, but all you care about is the CARES Act money. You are minions of the pharmaceutical industry. The healthcare workers, you don't care about them. You care about the owners. And you don't handle crap. Would you say that we can't handle our crap and you basically legislate as laxatives? You say you care, but you make us sick. It's all about fear. You're obsessed with the fear, and then the closure of businesses and beaches. By the way, vitamin D, 80% of people who have died were found to be deficient. So you're killing people basically when you close the beaches. And then you mandate the vax. You're a vax murderer, basically. And we are your adverse reaction. You should resign. Vargas, I can't wait for your arteries to clog. They're not doing it fast enough. And Nathan, you should kill yourself. I don't know where you are, but a dishonorable discharge would be you blowing your brains out. Let's see you tweet that, blowing your bird brains out. And then lemurs, I like to call you, Lawson Reamer. You're a little monkey. I'd like to see you hang from a tree. And then Wooten, you're fucking Aunt Jemima. And syrup won't sweeten and cause your diabetic coma fast enough either.
You are not allowed to say that to her. You are not allowed to
I
say
can't
that
say
to her.
that you're a fat piece of shit.
Fat all you want,
well,
you
it's the first time
not
they
allowed to say
responded.
that.
Oh, no.
No, I'm
They actually
sorry.
responded. Let's have a
chair is not
dialogue.
here. The chair is not here. I'm going to ask you to apologize to her.
No.
You are not allowed
Fuck you.
to
You're a
talk to her
piece of
that way.
furniture. You're a chair.
You are not
a chair
allowed
has
to
more
talk to her that
intelligence
way.
than you. Ooh, you're so angry.
You are not allowed. Can you please
No,
take
you're
it off?
garbage.
You are not allowed to talk to her that way. You are not allowed to talk to her that way.
I guess she's black.
Absolutely not. Not under my fucking watch. No.
Ooh.
Not under my fucking watch.
No. No.
Your time has
Dr.
expired.
Wooten,
Please take a
sorry.
seat. Next speaker, please.
So yeah, I thought that was very good, and I think I'm kind of tired of everybody being polite and nice and being all mousy and shit. And there's a guy. You know what? Gloves off, man.
Yeah, it's okay to call somebody fat, right? That's okay. There's no problem with that. But if you say anything about it, you say Aunt Jemima, holy shit. That's because fat people can eat a salad and take a walk. Because that
I
fixes
looked
that.
when he called that guy a monkey and said he'd like to see him hanging from a tree. I was like, I didn't see any black guys, so I guess he's okay. But I was borderline. So
I understand. The thing is that these meetings in your hometown, this is where the change has to start at the bottom. And when I say the bottom, it has to start in your own hometown, school boards, local elections. You start getting rid of those. You start changing them. Like I said, in New Jersey, a lot of Republicans won in New Jersey. Guy basically spent $153 and nobody cared. Nobody even knew who he was. All they knew was he wasn't the incumbent. He wasn't Steve Sweeney. And this is what we need to do to change things. So that's how it's got to start.
Yep.
Whatever you say.
I thought if you found out, if you taught this class and you found out that this kid did this, would you give him an automatic A? I know that I would. This kid deserves it. I hate the laughing shit. Check out what he's doing. He's got a video of himself on his phone. And if you'll look in the populated there he is.
And he's not even there.
He's not. He's really, he's there, but he's not there. You know what I mean?
That's hysterical. Yeah. I mean, again, yeah, it's easy to scam shit like this, but he's only hurting himself that he's not in the class. So I said, if you don't want to go to class, they shouldn't even do anything about it. They should just not go to class. Like if you cut class and don't go, you just get a 0 for the day, and that's that.
Agreed. It is.
Education is it's a gift. Education is a gift to kids, but they're too stupid to understand that.
Talking about this PC woke ass world we live in. I mean, here, this is short.
Everything's so politically correct nowadays. You can't even say black paint. You have to say, Tyrone, paint that wall.
Okay. Yeah. You can't even say black paint. You have to say Tyrone, paint that wall. Oh, you two are so racist. You're so racist. That was a terrible joke.
All right. And just clear this one out of my...
The problem is the stupid don't get comedy. The stupid don't get comedy. They automatically, their panties tighten up, their nose wrinkles, and they get offended. Stupid get offended. That's what I'm saying. What's going on with this lady?
Oh, you're about to find out. I probably should have played this earlier, but I didn't know we were doing a COVID time.
I just want to make sure that everyone has the protection provided by that vaccine.
All the world leaders laughing. And Bill Gates, who's really the world leader. So I got a question for you. And I know this goes against everything as far as capitalism and being able to make as much money as you can if you got a great idea and you work hard and stuff like that. Is there, in your humble opinion, is there making too much money? Like if you make too much money, it becomes a problem? I mean, you've got guys like George Soros and Gates, who, Gates to me, this guy, Bill Gates, I mean, he's buying up all the farmland. He's got his fingers in everything. I don't trust this guy. And, I understand he's got all this money and legally he's allowed to do everything he can. But I mean, is this a guy that, in 100 years, they're going to say, back before, are they going to start talking about Bill Gates the way they talked about Hitler, how he took down civilization by all this, starving people, reducing the population, all this other tinfoil hat shit?
You've played Monopoly. We've all played Monopoly where one asshole ended up with everything on the whole damn board. If you roll the dice enough times, that one asshole ends up with every property, everybody's money. And what happens then? The other players flip the fucking table and, walk away. So maybe that's what's to come.
So you think it's going to end up being a revolution? And in my humble opinion, I think they want a revolution. That's what January 6th was about. What's the damn my stupid Swiss cheese memory? When they were talking about January 6th, the insurrection, the night before, there was a guy walking around. It's well documented. And he's like, we need to go. We need to get into the Capitol. We need to get into the Capitol.
He was basically, I don't want to call it gaslighting, but I mean,
well, they think he's a Fed plant.
Dog whistling. I don't know what the difference is.
They think
that's my point. He was.
He was an operative.
Yes.
And then the other thing with this is like, is our alphabet, the alphabet, like the FBI, the CIA, are they so corrupt that we need to tear that down completely? Because during the kidnapping plot for Governor Whitman, out of the Nitwit
sampler, yeah.
I'm trying to remember how many they are, but like 23 of them were federal agents. They were plants.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. And when they said that they were going to have that other big giant rally where they put the fences back up and no one showed up for it, the only
Doesn't
people
matter that it was their idea. It's Orange Man bad.
Yeah. Well, they had a bunch of feds walking around like they were supposed to be there for the rally, but you could tell that they were police or, FBI or CIA or Homeland Security. I mean, are they, is this some kind of, I'm going to say gaslighting where they want people to step out of line? Oh, I know what I wanted to bring up. We got a minute? Because this is kind of interesting.
Oh, I go for it. I'm here, dude.
All right. So, and I'm sorry because I wanted to do this earlier. Where did it go? You know what I did? I did what you said where I used the notes.
Yes, the Notes app. Yes.
The Notes app. And I thought I had a Boomer Bunker thing. Oh, here it is. I'm learning on the fly, people, so I'm sorry. I
get what you pay for.
Yep, you do. Okay, I'm going to bring this up. And what I really wanted to title this was, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Is this the end times? And they said this is a timetable to tyranny.
Yeah.
So let me get this over here where I can get to it a little bit better. So this guy right here, Mike Yaden, he's an ex-Pfizer scientist, and he sent this out Thursday. We are approaching stage 5. And I think no. And basically, this is this is for the Great Reset, and there's 6 phases.
Have you been hanging out on Telegram?
I'm just telling you. So phase 1, stimulate a threat and create fear.
Yeah, I actually read all this on my last episode.
Oh, you did? So you know all about this?
Yeah.
All right. So now, it goes, and I'm telling you, everything that the guy says is coming true.
He says we're in phase 5 of this right now. Now this is the whatever communist, the end of the world, the new world order, whatever playbook.
Right. So exploit the shortages of goods and foods, cause the paralysis of the real economy by closing factories and shops, let unemployment explode, apply a 3rd dose of the vax boosters, take up the murder of living old men. Hey,
basically boomer remover.
Yeah, boomer remover. Impose compulsory vaccines for all. That's been tried. Amplify the myth of variants and the efficacy. Thank you, of the vaccine and the immunity of the herd. Demonetize the anti-vax and hold them responsible.
Demonize.
That's kind of the same thing. And arrest opposition leaders. Right? So, I mean, yeah. Establish martial law to defeat the opposition. So basically, they want to draw everybody out. They want to do this to draw out the opposition. And then phase 6 is trigger the economic, financial, stock market collapse and the bankruptcy of banks, rescue the losses of the banks in the accounts of their clients, activate the Great
Reset.
Yeah. And so cancel debts and loans, impose digital portfolio, seize property and land, ban all global medicines. I mean, this is crazy. So if he says that we're in stage 5 and this is what we're going to, where is it where we have to go and take over government as we the people? Because that's what the Constitution was made to stop what's going on right now. And
shave their heads, John. March them down the street.
Shave their heads, march them down the street.
Yep.
Yeah. When do we do that? Because I think that's what they want. They want to fight. And they're going to use
I don't know. Hopefully before that happens, we get in some shipments of shoes, because I've read that there might be a shoe shortage. I don't know. Because if you got to walk them down the street, they're going to need decent footwear.
Really? Because I don't think they're coming back. It's a one-way walk.
I'm talking about the ones that are marching them down the street.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's a two-way walk. Yeah. I mean, to me, the writing's on the wall, but nobody's reading it. Am I wrong?
I haven't gotten on Facebook in a long time, so I don't know what's on the wall.
No, I mean, the writing's on the wall. What's going on here? I know you're making a joke. I get it, Bob.
No, I've seen more in the last 3 days regarding that this is the end of days. This is the end of times. This is the beginning of the end, the middle of the end. It's almost to the end of the end. And I'm not saying I disagree. I'm not saying that I agree. I think it's a very interesting, and it does make me think, really? I don't know, because I am really just, I mean, a lot of people claim to be like, oh, I know everything. You know, there is no God. There's nothing, blah, blah, blah. That's all bullshit. This is bullshit. You do what you're told and blah, 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 all that stuff. You know what? I've seen a photo of Earth from the thing that went way out to the edge of the freaking galaxy and turned around and took a photo of us.
You're
nothing.
We're
nothing. Yeah, the Voyager 1 or 2. I'm not sure which one sent the photo, but the Voyager. We're nothing. And compared to the freaking universe, we're nothing. So I don't claim that I'm going to know any of this stuff, like that I know whether they're right or wrong. But I'm going to gather the information. I enjoy it. I don't sit here on the edge of my seat every time I hear a noise outside my door going, ooh, is that it? No. Ooh, I better get my Bible and get closer to God because I don't think I'm close enough.
Right.
You know, I'm comfortable with my relationship between me and my deity of choice. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's gonna be a cool thing if it's gonna be like fun to watch, I guess you'd say. I don't know.
I don't know. It's gonna be fun to watch, to be quite honest with you. I'm not 100% sure. It just, like I said, it makes me sad. It really does. It makes me sad.
Of course, for the grandkids and the youngs
and I again, I think back to me when I was in my 20s and 30s and stuff like that. I was working and trying to raise a family, and I wasn't paying attention to news, and I wasn't paying attention to any of this. And I remember, older people, my uncles, would say, "This goddamn government's no goddamn good, and they're doing this, and nobody's paying attention."
Alabama?
No. Oh. That's just my old man thing. That's my old man imitation. These kids today, they don't understand a damn thing. And if they paid attention to what's going on in this government, they would take up arms and they would get rid of this government. And the thing is that by the time we get to our age, we're like, we can't attack the government. We're too old, right? We'll never, we'll go down in the first.
Well, back then, when your grandpa was probably doing that or whatever, uncle, whatever you said, because I tuned you out for a second.
I tuned you out as soon as you got into the voice.
But they didn't have the 1984, the dystopian state we do now. You know what I mean? They weren't.
Yeah.
Necessarily. It was easier to sneak up on the government. Now you can't really do that. So
no,
they kind of know where you are more than you know where they are. So
it's amazing. The guy from the NFL player that we talked about last time that took his car and apparently was going 156 miles an hour before he plowed into another car and killed people. Car caught on fire. You should see all the videos, like the cameras that caught him and the speed that he was going. I mean, just several angles of all that shit of him. I mean, just you're videotaped.
Talking about Ruggs.
Yes.
Henry Ruggs. He was a Bama boy.
Yeah, I mean, the rate of speed that he was going was just ridiculous, which is just amazing.
Oddly enough, Las Vegas lost yesterday. So.
Yeah, it's a shame that I don't know. I mean, we have the technology to make cars where they can't go a certain speed, can't go over a certain speed. We have that technology.
It's called the governor.
Yeah. Why? I mean, why wouldn't you do that?
I had a car. I had a 87 Z24, and it had a digital governor on it where the fuel pump would shut off. I think it was 112 miles an hour because the lift on the car on the front, basically after that, the car would.
Thought they wanted to raise up.
Where it'd want to lift up off the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of ways. Like they said, if you want to be safe, they could do everything. No cars would go over 25 mile an hour. There'd be ways that you wouldn't lose so many people in car accidents and stuff like that. They would ban cigarettes. They would ban alcohol. They would mandate physical activity.
John, they already banned tobacco products.
Where?
Here in Alabama. That's what I'm telling myself, so I don't go back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
jeez, you
on yourself.
You rehab and cold turkey your way. I'll do it mine.
Okay, that's fine. I understand. I get it.
It's a mental tap. I'm like, cigarettes are illegal here. Cigarettes are illegal here. Cigarettes are illegal here. Just tell yourself that.
Yeah, here's a funny story. So, I'm going to physical therapy. I'm having a problem with swelling in my leg, and what they do is they take and they wrap it with this limited stretch bandage. It's almost like a cast when they get done with it. I go every day, so I don't go Friday and Saturday, and you can't get it wet, so you can't get a shower. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking a bucket of water and I'm washing myself like it's the 1850s.
Whore bath.
Right. I'm taking a whore bath. So I figure Sunday, hey, I'm a smart guy. I got to figure out a way to put a plastic bag over my leg.
Yep.
And get in the shower. I just want to take a good old hot shower, wash my hair and all, just do the whole thing. So I do this Sunday because worst comes to worst. If anything happens, I go to therapy. So I think I'm an intelligent guy. I take the bag, I wrap it real tight. I put tape around it. I got a little towel in there. I get in there, I start taking a shower. 5 minutes in, I can feel water on my feet.
Oh,
I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I take it out. I wrapped it so tight I had to cut the bag off. That's how tightly I wrapped it. How water would get in there, I have no idea. I forgot to check the bag. There was a slit in the bag when I opened it. I guess, I don't know.
You gotta blow it up, make sure.
Yeah, it was like an inch split, and the water was just gushing in there.
Jesus.
So then I had to take and unwrap everything, and then stretch the bandages out, and then take the bandages and put them in the dryer. So now I got to take them. So now I got to go in there today like a big dummy. I'm sorry, I got my leg wet. Jesus Christ, the things we go through.
I caught you on TikTok.
Me?
Yeah. And I thought what you brought up was an interesting thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm afraid to see this.
Well, I got to open the damn tweet. So
it's a tweet, not TikTok.
I'm sorry, not TikTok. I'm sitting here going, I missed that shit.
It's terrible, man. I understand. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should do. I got something I might want to show.
Hold on, I got one here. Okay. So you shared a tweet from Dan Rather saying, many people alive today were alive when Jim Crow was in full force. And when these same people were born, former slaves were still alive. We are not that far removed from history. It is the truth, and it should be taught. Well, you shared that, and you said, go ahead, John.
For the slow, the old, and the dumb. No one wants to stop history from being taught in school. That's how you learn not to make the same mistakes. What parents object to in this day and age is teaching people they are good and bad because of the color of their skin. Get it? Hashtag CRT.
Right. So I added to that.
Ooh.
So I'm 100% okay with the teaching of CRT in public schools as long as we get to teach them the fucked up shit that our own governments, corporations, and the elite cocksuckers of the world have done to perpetuate these evils.
So you think that we should make them...
Well, if you're going to teach critical race theory, Dan Rather, let's go all the way. Let's not just teach that, black man had to do this because white man did that. Why don't we teach what they did after slavery was abolished? Why don't we teach that? Why don't we teach what the governments did? How the drug war was just another way to enslave an entire race of people?
I'm with you.
Why don't we show them how the government created? I don't know, laws that kept black people in jail longer than white people. They created the welfare system.
We should teach all that. We should teach all
perpetuated it. But yeah, and the corporations and the governments all helped keep the black person down.
We should teach all of it. We should teach all of it. We should teach all of it. The Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre, all that shit should be taught. Every bit of it. The part where most of the gun laws in cities were due to the fact that black people were starting to obtain guns and it was scaring the shit out of people, all that needs to be taught. It all needs to be taught. All right. I want to end on a little video that I made for another podcast. They were upset in Canada that they were supposed to get the McRib on November 1st, and the McRib didn't go to Canada, but it is in New Jersey. So now I tease that show on their Facebook page with videos of me eating a McRib.
That's messed up.
Because I'm a dick. So the one guy says, what you should do is you should make a Big McRib. And I said, don't you threaten me with a good time. So here I am, ladies and gentlemen, the Big McRib.
One McRib bun. And I said, don't you threaten me with a good time.
There you go.
So may I introduce to you the Big McRib. Now, I don't know how sloppy this is going to get. And
you didn't eat it in your car, did you?
And Sam will back me up on this. I can't eat food without spilling it down the front of me. So I'm going to do the old bib and tuck as we try out the Big McRib. Let me tell you, it's a handful.
I was going to say.
Here we go.
It was big.
I don't know if I can do this. Here we go.
Having like two of you on here.
Watch the joy. Watch the other joy.
You know what, Luke? This was an outstanding idea. The Big McRib for the win.
So did you add any extra things that aren't normally on? Yeah, you put the like.
No, it was. So what I did was I bought two. So I'm still enjoying.
Why won't they bring these to Canada? You would love these.
So anyhow, so what I did was I bought two McRibs, and what you do is you take the McRib, you take the top bun off, and then you take the bottom bun off of the you take the one McRib and you take the top bun off, and then you take the second McRib and you put it right on top of the other one. So you've got bun, McRib, bun, McRib, bun.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually really good.
Yeah. It's bottom bun, and then top bun.
Exactly. Exactly. It was very tasty. I got to stop eating them.
But you didn't put anything else on it, like the two, like the special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions.
No. It's just a McRib. It's just a Big McRib. No, it's not a Big Mac.
I didn't know if you added like onions or anything else to it.
No, the onions come on it. They have the sliced onions. Yeah, the onions come on it. It's actually,
I wouldn't know.
I know you wouldn't eat it. No. Tammy says it looks so good and unhealthy. Right?
I kind of want to do a thing where we go through for the listener, because some people wanted to know the news. We'll just run through the topics without talking about them. How about that? Do it at the end of the show.
I would be up for that.
So a Florida teacher got Teacher of the Year. But then she was arrested for hitting the pupil who criticized the award.
Is that actually a true story?
It's a true story.
You know what cracks me up is the Babylon Bee, where they come out with these outrageous headlines that are amazing, but then a lot of them start to come true, and that's how crazy this world is today. I love the Babylon Bee, just the headlines. I don't even know if there's stories. I'd be honest with you, I don't even know if they write stories for that. But it's
so the next one,
right,
is Carol Baskin loses her bid to block Netflix's Tiger King 2.
She's a biggin.
Yeah, she and her husband had brought forth a lawsuit which sought to pull the plug on the November 17th launch of Tiger King 2, and so far failed. But I'm sure she can appeal whatever. But yeah, that's
she's got a new husband. I know the old one's Tiger food. All right, so what's the next one?
A TikTok doctor sorry, goes viral for explaining how men with big noses tend to have bigger penises.
Oh yeah? Is that proven?
Certain followers of this guy, they comment and say that they've noticed it with guys that they date.
Well, you know what a woman says to a man that has a big penis, don't you?
I don't know. How much money you got?
You don't know what a woman says to a man with a big penis?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't like to talk about what happens in my
I got you
bedroom.
at first. I got you at first because you say that to somebody and they go, "No, what? You? I didn't think you would." That's the old.
Hey, did you know that condom says made in Dothan, Alabama on the bottom of it? That's because you haven't rolled
Rolled
it
out
back
long
far
enough.
enough.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Let's see. We got Mexico should ban guns. This is my theory. Witnesses recall complete chaos during gunfire near a luxury Cancun resort. A shootout between a pair of rival gangs left 2 suspected drug dealers dead and tourists running for their lives at a beach resort.
That's not supposed to happen. It's supposed to be just Mai Tais and strawberry daiquiris and
Jimmy Buffett
sunshine.
music. Yep.
Hey, I don't know if you are looking for a show to watch.
No.
And or to binge. There's a show out called Yellowstone. It's on the Paramount Network. There's 3 seasons. It just started season 4 last night.
Is that free?
It is. Well,
Paramount. Because I'm done paying for this shit. Like, everybody and their brother has a goddamn
next to-
pay
right.
streaming service, and I'm fucking sick of it.
All right. So what I do is, because NFL's here right now, what I do is I pay for YouTube TV. So YouTube TV has the Paramount Network on it.
Okay.
All right. So I pay for that just until I pay for it from September to February because I like watching the NFL, and then I turn it off. So I basically pay for cable half the year. Last night they had the season 4 premiere of Yellowstone, and holy shit, the first 10 minutes of that episode was amazing. It's I don't want to, like I said, if you're not watching it, or if you have a lot of people haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to spoil it, but it's one of those ones where you're all tense. The acting, the action, everything is so good for a TV show. It's amazing where you're all tightened up and everything because of what's going on the screen. It's the writing's good, the characters are amazing. It's an amazing show. And if you're looking for a good TV show,
that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up.
hey, fuck you. You know what? I gotta listen to your shit with your stupid fucking headlines. All right, you're gonna listen to my shit right over here. I'm just saying, it's really good. Oh, also Dexter. It's called Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Yeah. Also, the Dexter's back on Showtime, and the first episode was last night. So I'm going to watch that today.
That's
That's
cool.
pretty cool. Yeah.
I didn't know that show was going still. I thought it was kind of old.
Well, it's not. It was. They had the ending of the show, and now they're bringing it back.
Getting a reboot.
It's getting a reboot. Yeah. So I'm really excited to see that. 'Cause I was a big fan of Dexter back in the day. That was a great show.
Dan Aykroyd in it?
He is not in it.
Well, then we don't need to be talking about it. Dan Aykroyd says that he supports hurtful comedy getting the cancel culture axe.
So he wouldn't have appreciated the guy's joke about, can't even say black paint.
Can't even say black paint. You got to say, hey, Tyrone, paint that wall.
He would say that that's upsetting, or that should be canceled. That should be canceled.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't dug into his past to see if he's ever said anything or done anything that's a tinge off color.
Well, he was in blackface in Trading Places.
Well, that doesn't count. I
Why
mean,
does-
yes, he did say that he's, you know,
He was playing- he
something
was
about a
playing a
Negro.
character.
Yeah.
He was playing a character. And, you know, it was different. Again, I got to go back, but I know the left doesn't care if you know, you got to go back in time and basically figure out what the culture was and what you were allowed to say and what you were not allowed to say. It's not like it is now, although it should be the same. It doesn't matter. Listen, I guess he can say that he doesn't have to do, you know, hurtful comedy anymore. Who cares? He doesn't have to do it. But when he was out making movies, like, basically, how racist was the Blues Brothers? Right? If you go back,
find
you
it
get me
racist
wrong.
at all.
You don't? I mean, I love it. I love the, you know, I love the movie. It still holds up today. You didn't think it was racist?
It's a great film. It's a classic.
I think it is too. But so is Blazing Saddles. The original.
It is.
But you can't play it now. There's no
could.
way.
I can cue it up right now and hit play.
I know,
on it.
yeah,
It's gonna play.
but you won't. You'll never see it on TV. You'll never see it on
might
any of the
have a disclaimer like this movie was made in a time when blah blah blah, and then the reason they did it is they explain away all of the, you know, racist shit they did in the movie.
I want to see, because usually if I go Blazing Saddles, 1974 film, and it tells you where you can get it, you can watch it now on HBO Max, but that's the only place it'll touch it. So,
yep.
Blazing Saddles. I love that movie. I must have seen that movie at least 30 times. Easy.
I've only seen it maybe once or twice throughout my,
oh my God, it's so good.
I haven't. I should watch it again. It's been so long, but
Yeah.
you know,
When you watch it now, if you watch the unwoke version,
it'll be on
the
HBO
original-
Max.
Yeah, the original version where they use all the words, all the words and all the jokes. When they do it now, you're like, whoa. It really does stand you up. It's like, whoa, can't believe they just said that. So that's pretty cool. But
I mean, like, they do things in the movie that I remember, like against the white supremacist stuff, where them and some other dude, they try to lure these, you know, KKK members behind bushes so they could like beat them up and take their costumes, and
yeah, they do all that.
things like that. So I mean, it's not totally, you know, just racism nonstop.
Well, it was funny because the sheriff, I can't think of his name. Anyhow, the sheriff comes out and he's walking, and there's this old lady, and he says, "How you doing today, ma'am?" And she looks at him and she goes,
"Welcome to Walmart." N-word.
And she goes, "Up yours," and she doesn't say N-word.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, wow.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
It's a little rough, but funny. I'm sorry, it's funny. I can't help myself. I like me comedy dark. That's all I can tell you. All right.
So in other news, doctors say that COVID can cause erectile dysfunction, and they're calling on men to get vaccinated to, quote, save their future boners.
Come on.
Anything, dude. Anything. If you know what, there's too many men who are not getting vaccinated. What do you want to tell them? Tell them their dick will be broken if they don't get the vaccine. Oh, okay.
If you get COVID, you won't be able to, your pencil won't have any lead in it anymore.
Yep. What happened in Ashley Biden's diary? Anything good?
Oh,
Can it?
There was so Ashley Biden, Joe Biden's daughter, who has the same issues with addiction that her brother has.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
I don't know anything about her.
I didn't either. I'll be honest with you. I thought she was killed in the car wreck with the other two sons
Yeah,
and the mother. So when she was in rehab, she started a diary. And in this diary, she wrote about things. And she said that her father used to take her into the shower and shower with her, and she found it inappropriate. So she wrote about these things. And at the very end of the diary, she says, I'm going to, you know what? This diary doesn't serve me anymore. I'm going to take all these things that I wrote in here, and I'm going to leave it in the past. So apparently somebody found this diary. And you know James O'Keefe, who is the president or the owner or whatever of Project Veritas, who does all these undercover stuff. Well, apparently he had the diary, and they were worried about him doing it. I think they were worried about him doing an expose on it. So the FBI raided James O'Keefe, his employees and former employees, and they were looking for this diary. Now, I don't know if they found it. I don't know anything about it. But when they came in, they said, we can't stop you from talking about this, but we highly recommend you don't talk about this raid because it's an ongoing investigation. And right now is the president using the FBI as basically a secret police agency where they go in and do the bidding and mop up the messes of the Joe Biden.
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah, he's a cleaner. They're using the FBI as a cleaner.
Well, right now, all I know, one of the gross misuses of our intelligence agencies is they're making Secret Service guys carry around diaper bags.
Think that's actually happening?
There's been photos
of guys carrying diaper bags. Oh, Jesus Christ, he shit himself. Well,
yep, exactly.
There's also a report where he was at that conference, the climate conference.
COP26.
Yep. And he farted really, really loud.
Yes. Wasn't it the Prince Charles's wife? Sorry. I almost said husband.
What's her name?
I can't remember her name.
It starts with a C, like Carmela, I think it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't
remember anyhow. Yes.
I don't care enough about those assholes to.
No, I don't care enough about
give them
that.
a slot. I don't even care. I don't.
There's also a rumor out that the Queen is on her last leg.
Oh yeah.
Like she's not long for this world. She's ready to take that walk across the Rainbow Bridge. Camilla. There we go. Yeah, that's it. So it'll be interesting to see. And first of all, they've already made digital copies of all the pages of this diary. So if you just go and you Google Ashley Biden's diary, you can see the pages of this diary. It's never going to come down.
Well, it's going to be the Hunter laptops. I mean, it's not going to be used against him.
Well, what seems to me, and again, the Democratic Party screams that the other side is doing something that they are already doing. Like with the 2016 election, Trump was Russia. Trump was a Russian asset.
Also, there were inappropriate times between him and his daughter.
Right. And so now the Steele dossier that was supposed to be the beginning of this Russia thing was basically made up by Hillary Clinton's campaign. It's completely false. And, and then they said, quid pro quo. Trump was on a phone call and he did a quid pro quo with the president of, Ukraine. And they actually have audio of Biden bragging about him doing a quid pro quo with the president of Ukraine.
They have the audio of the phone call of him doing it too while he was on the plane.
So, I mean, it's ridiculous. And nothing happens. Nobody reports it. It's just like, it's like a booger on your finger. You roll, you're like, what's this? Oh, you flick it off. All the shit that they're saying right now is what they're actually doing.
Correct.
So when the left Democrats sit there and tell you what the right's doing, they're actually telling you what they're doing. And they're not even hiding it anymore.
That has been the case a lot of the times. So
yeah, and I'd just like to know and I want to know who these traitorous Republicans who voted for that infrastructure package. I want to know who they are, and I want
13 of them.
Yeah, I want them targeted, and I want them primaried, and I want them voted out the next election.
You can go. I know Marjorie Green posted a thing about it where she actually kind of gave AOC a compliment. AOC and her squad got a compliment.
Yeah,
or them.
They didn't vote for this shit either.
Yeah, well, they had their own different reasons, probably because there wasn't enough bullshit in it.
Right.
But they wanted more bullshit, not less.
Yeah, we're not voting for this bullshit. We need more bullshit.
I haven't looked. I know that the old version of the bill from I don't know, two and a half months ago, whatever it was, had a thing in there that all of the infrastructure money could, to repave the roads and blah, 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 and build new bridges. It was only for Black-owned businesses.
Well,
did you know that?
I guess they better get out there and start paving. I don't care. I don't care.
What
if they're going to fix?
I understand. Okay, you want to help, that race and lift them up, put more money in their businesses, that kind of stuff. I get it. That's cool. I'm down. But it's like, didn't they build the country the first time?
Yeah, but this time they're getting paid for it. Here's the deal. It's very easy to figure out if a statement is racist, and it's very easy. So what you do is you just switch the word black for white, and then see how it sounds.
Right.
And that'll tell you. So they say all this money in the infrastructure for roads and all that is only going to white-owned businesses. Does that sound okay? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's an excellent litmus test.
Right. Yeah.
We're in a Rorschach? No.
Sure. Yeah. It's a litmus test. Right? I guess.
So you've got this one here of TikTok. What's it good for?
And then you put something else in there.
Well, no, I just put a screenshot of a chick. So you want me to pull up the article?
Sure. All
right. I've got it right here. So, look at the Patrick Felipe. Let's see. I'll make it a little bit larger. I can't get it to go. There we go. Big. So a teenage girl in Kentucky was rescued from, I love the pop-ups, from a 61-year-old man after she flashed the viral TikTok hand gestures indicating domestic abuse. One is palm to camera, like I was doing earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Tuck your thumb and trap your thumb.
Right. So it's basically saying, I'm in trouble.
I don't know if you just grab just your thumb or if you can just go all the way down. I don't think it matters.
Right. And the thing about now I'm getting the pop-ups. No thanks. So what I'm saying is the thing about TikTok, I know it's, you get out of it what you want to get out of it. So if you just want to see, hot looking chicks in bikinis doing dances and bouncing their boobs around, you can do that. But there's a lot of political stuff now that's on TikTok that, is more educational. There's conservative TikTok, and there's also, liberal TikTok and all this other stuff. So what it's doing now is it's teaching kids this hand sign, and then it's also teaching other people to recognize that hand sign. So this lady was going down this road, and she was flashing that in the out the window, and someone saw it and called the cops, and they were the car was pulled over, and in here they found out that she was actually she was trafficked to this guy. So I think, and I guess it could be anywhere on any social media, but TikTok's it's very addictive.
We'll show an example of what you can do when, say, you're live and talking to a friend and you want them to know what's going on. And I think everybody should know this, this Scout's Honor looking, like symbol.
Can you share that banana bread recipe? Sure. It's actually my mom's banana bread recipe, but it's
people don't understand screen capture,
well,
I guess.
I really appreciate it. I know your mom's a great baker, so it should be good.
The violence at home signal for help.
Palm to camera, tuck thumb, and then trap your thumb.
Yeah, and that was from the Canadian Women's Foundation.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of TikTok. I really am.
I like it.
I'm seeing a lot of conservative. I'm seeing a lot of black conservatives on there now.
I will admit, if you see that on this show, we're probably just goofing.
Right.
Okay.
And then there's also these things that the kids are doing today. These Discord kids they're doing. It's called slapping. You ever
What
hear
is
of
that?
slap? Okay, so here's what slapping is, and this is from Discord. Discord starts this shit because most of the people on Discord are just whiny little bitches. So there's a lot of gaming communities where they're in Discord. You'll go in and you stream yourself playing a video game. And what they'll do is they'll find out where you live and everything, and they'll call in a bomb threat or a terrorist threat while you're streaming. And the police come and they don't know any different. So they kick the door down and they get everybody on the floor. And what they're live streaming, so the people in Discord are watching this happen.
Yeah, they can hear it and yeah.
They can watch it happen. So, and if someone jumps up or does something wrong, they could get shot. I mean, they could get hurt. People
Yeah,
could
but it's for entertainment. Duh.
Yeah, they're
So
entertainment. You know who's not entertained? The police that have to respond and the people's house that they break into to find out, and the people that are in the house that are getting slapped. That's not entertainment to them. So anyhow, all right, are we done? I think we've done it all. No,
Let's
we're
see,
not done yet.
real quick.
Okay.
I think that the Rust movie set is cursed. That's the movie set where Alec Baldwin allegedly accidentally shot somebody and killed somebody and shot another person. A worker closing down the Baldwin's Rust set was bitten by a poisonous spider and may lose their arm.
God damn.
That's gotta suck.
Goddamn spiders. Son of a bitch. What was it? Brown recluse? Goddamn brown recluses.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if you ever go and look them up and see
we have them here. I mean, we have brown recluses, and then we have the dreaded black widows here. They're very common. We find black widows in our yard regularly. So,
I mean, if you go to YouTube, brown.
This is a lamp operator and pipe rigger. Yeah.
Pipe operator.
Fucking rigger. Jason Miller was bitten by a venomous brown recluse. Oh, you know that's the bad thing from what I know about brown recluses is when they bite you, even if you get like the antidote, whatever, it still calls other ones to bite you.
It does?
Yes. It's in your blood now.
It's like
what I know. I could be wrong. I'm not a.
It's like when a hornet stings you.
Yeah.
When a hornet stings you, it gives you pheromones.
So the yellow jackets do that. Yeah, I don't know that wasps do, but I know yellow jackets.
Hornets do the same.
Whole nest. That's why you're not supposed to. If you ever see a yellow jacket, like you're not supposed to squish them with your foot, because when you squish them, it puts out like a pheromone and it calls the whole nest to battle.
What did I do it?
I don't know. Did you? What'd you do?
I don't know what I just did.
What'd you
trying
do?
to share something here.
Oh, with the
here, hang on.
Oh, I don't. If it shows, I don't want to see that. I am
You
not
want to see
looking.
that?
I'm not looking.
Look at that spider bite. Oh my God. Look at those little things. I mean, that's one little tiny spider bite does that. Little bastards. Look at them. Look at them. Will you look at that, Bob? All right, I'll turn it off since you're all squeamish. Little Mary.
I have no need to see mangled skin, cratered skin. Oh, you know the Biden thing, given illegals who were like separated from a kid, $450,000 a piece.
Yes, that's the one that he said that's a lie.
Next week on House Hunters, wife immigrant, husband immigrant, budget $900,000.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty good.
All right. I'm gonna have to leave soon, Bob. I'm gonna have to go get a pack of smokes if we don't wrap this thing up. What do we got left?
Nothing.
Okay. Hour 44 of nothing but quality entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you get here. A lot of pauses.
Yeah.
Pronouns are used in place of a person's name. While many use she, her, and he, him pronouns, a growing number are using other pronouns like they, them, ze, them, ze, here, per, pers, and am.
What the hell are you talking about? That's Columbia University. Anybody who gives money to them, I actually saw it in the comments. Well, I'm not donating money to them anymore. Why would you donate money to a college that's worth billions of fucking dollars?
Well, that's why they're
giving you money.
Well,
Give
that's
it to
what they do. If you're an alumni, you always make money and you give it back to the school. You give a little tithe.
Bullshit. I gave enough when I paid my tuition and all the fees.
I get it. This pronoun thing, listen, it's going to start swinging back. It's already started. People are already, they're showing in their vote. We're sick of the woke bullshit. They're saying that, this is out of kind. It doesn't hurt to be kind. This isn't kind. It's not kind when you tell one race that they're oppressors and the other race that they're the oppressed. Not everybody that's born with white skin is an oppressor. It's just that's not what happens. And the same way that not everybody that's born with black skin is the oppressed. And here's the thing. You can't say it's the white people that are holding you down. And I'm going to use the city of Baltimore as my example.
Oh, Rittenhouse.
Okay.
No, that was a different sound.
That's If black people are held down by white people, then right now Baltimore ought to be Wakanda because it has a black mayor, a black chief of police. Everybody on the city council's black. Most of the police are black, and it's a shithole. It is an absolute shithole. So it's not the fact, and you're going to say, well, what about the money? And they get a ton of money from taxes and the federal government. And where is that money going? I'll tell you where it's not going. It's not going into education, and it's not going into the upkeep of the city, and it's not going into, infrastructure or anything like that. So that's right. Where is the money going? And you can't blame that on the white man. You can't blame that on the white man. So I don't want to hear it. All right. It's,
sounds like Detroit.
Detroit, same thing. Same exact thing. Philadelphia, although Philadelphia has a white mayor. But I mean, the chief of police was black and all, but white. But here's the thing about Philadelphia. Philadelphia has still has a large population of white people in it. But Baltimore, and again, it is mostly black. And if that's the case, then the city should be running like a top. It is not. So there you go. And I don't know what to tell you about that. I have no idea. We got to do better, people. We got to do better. All right, Bob, I think we've said it all. I think we've done it all.
Got a dad joke riddle.
Ooh, a riddle. I like a riddle.
30 cows in a field and 28 chickens. How many didn't? Shall I repeat the
30 cows
in a field and 28 chickens? How many didn't?
I don't know. And I think I've heard this before, and I still don't know. 28 chickens. I don't know. What's the joke?
It's not a joke. It's a riddle.
What's the riddle? What
See,
am I
when you hear 28, you're thinking the number 28 and not 28. 28.
Oh, 28 chickens.
30 cows in a field and 28 chickens. How many didn't?
2.
10.
28?
28 chickens. How many didn't? 10.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm thinking there's 8 chickens.
The old 28's got you messed up, don't it? All
I'm
right.
stupid. I'm a big dummy. Big dumb guy.
Nope. That's okay. We
All
like
right, everyone.
that.
We'll be back here Wednesday night.
Hell yeah. Why not?
All right. Once again, thank you very much to Doug for the background. Love it.